Hello, 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 hello. Welcome once again to yet another stream after a very, very long time. And it's me, it is I, your army VTuber, Ryu Shinden. Welcome. Welcome once again to yet another stream after actually a very long time, honestly. Uh, so it's been a long time since I had last streamed, and I really do apologize about the radio silence and whatnot. I just had to do a lot of things off stream. Most of them are personal commitments and whatnot. But I've been also working some things on the side when it comes to content for the stream and whatnot. As a matter of fact, as an example, as you notice here, we have a brand new spanking chat box here. Because one of the things that I notice whenever I'm streaming is it's for some reason the background actually does not, you know, does not show the chat properly in terms of readability. Although I might need to adjust it further because it seems like I made the chat smaller now, so it's harder to read. It's kind of intuitive. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Don't worry, working on it. So there's that. Excuse me. So yeah. How are you today? How are you guys today? Anyone's watching? Just looking around. That's perfectly fine if you don't want to chat. But those who wanted to chat, how's your week? How's your week? It's been a long time since I've streamed, so I did miss you guys. So yeah, it's been a while. As I mentioned earlier, I had a lot of things in my plate in regards to like off-stream commitments and whatnot. But I've also been doing some research, some planning behind the scenes to improve the streams and whatnot. And as a matter of fact, if you notice here, look around me. Look around me. I decorated for the occasion because what we'll be doing today is basically our special Halloween stream. So look what I got here. Actually, this is an overlay made by another person. You can see his name below. I just nabbed it to Google Images because I almost have no time to make some stuff. Although I did have some time to make some stuff, but it was not enough because of a lot of things that have been happening personally lately. So yeah, most of them are work. Some of them are like personal stuff in the house, some adulting stuff, but nothing too much. It's just that it took me a lot of time. And also another reason why for my rather lengthy absence, if you can call it, is because of my internet issues. So I'm actually gonna put a disclaimer on our stream today. You won't be seeing a stable stream because one, I am using Wi-Fi right now, so my internet reliability isn't that great. As a matter of fact, I did try to stream a couple of days ago. Uh, I don't have the VODs for it. I think I do have the VODs for it, but I didn't publish it. Or maybe I publish it, but it will be off soon. I will not be posting it on the main, uh, what you call it, on the main YouTube VODs channel, or the YouTube channel for VODs, because it's not really a formal stream. I would call it. It's just a test stream to test things out. I didn't really do much during that stream, but to just write something for my tabletop RPG, which I will actually do a more formal stream for that. Hopefully by this Friday. Hopefully. hopefully my internet issues will be resolved by Friday this week, so we can have a more normal stream. But right now, just as a disclaimer, this stream might disconnect a lot. I might disconnect a lot when it comes to the stream. The stream might drop a little bit here and there. That is solely because of my internet issues. I don't have a stable internet because I'm using Wi-Fi right now. I don't have like a LAN connection, which is uh, one of the main issues why I'm having some what you call it, internet issues right now. So so yeah, so that's that. That's actually one of the main reasons. I could call like the top one reason why I wasn't able to stream for the past 3 days. It's because uh, well, this is the perfectionist me just stopping me from doing things, and it's something that I really wanted to change a little bit. Uh, the reason why I didn't stream is because yeah, my internet sucks right now, and I thought that I would rather not stream and have a very very poor connection than stream and like drop the internet connection every now and then, just like what happened during those times during those first few days that I was streaming. Uh, I was actually really frustrated by the fact that um, the streaming quality is so poor and so unoptimized and keeps on dropping so much that I just I was actually almost honestly discouraged by during that time from going on stream and keeping the stream up because uh, it was so discouraging to have like internet issues every now and then, and my viewers during that time would say, "That's okay, that's fine, we can hear you, that's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and do your thing and whatnot." And I was like, "No, no, no, no. This is something that needs to be fixed because I wanted to have like I may not be like a streamer that has like uh, lots of like bells and whistles with their stream, which is something that I'm also working on, but." I wanted to have a stream that is at least presentable in a way that it doesn't cut off and whatnot. Basic things, like basic things that I can actually just fix as much as early as possible. If you're for me, if you're streaming, I wanted to make sure that the stream at least it's stable. Uh, so it can be like at least presentable to watch. I'm not doing a like a PowerPoint presentation of my stream. I wanted it to be as stable as I can, not high quality. In the meantime, I will get to there. We will get to that point. What I wanted to have like is at least a stable stream. That's it. That's all I'm asking. And as I mentioned during that time, I was almost discouraged to actually go on streaming and keeping up with streaming because of the internet issues. So, yeah. And I basically have the same situation right now. In the meantime, temporarily, but so far so good. We haven't dropped any on the stream yet. Uh, so that's good. Hopefully, this could keep up for the whole 4 to 5 hours of streaming. So yeah, and this is hopefully I'm pretty sure by next week. I'm pretty sure by next week I will be able to stream a little bit stable, a little bit normally and bearable. And speaking of that, I will be making the new schedule for next week formally once the internet issues are like settled. But basically, yeah, this stream is basically also a test stream, making sure that if I can stream at least, you know, just testing out the waters, making sure that everything's working fine in the meantime, at least. But just to give you a heads up, this will be a very choppy stream. There will be a chance that the stream would drop, would disconnect, and whatnot. And this is all because of my current internet issue. So just please bear with me. But I promise you, excuse me, I promise you by next week, everything will be resolved. So yeah, that's my week basically. Just a lot of adulting stuff, Being a 30-plus-year-old, uh, you have to do a lot of stuff outside of in real life. So that's why hopefully you guys have a very good, like, a very relaxing week at least, you know, because I didn't. I sure didn't. But it's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. It's part of being an adult. Any stories I wanted to share? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Speaking of stories, I actually recently watched Edge Runners. Finally, um, Edge Runners is like 20 minutes long per episode, and there's like 12 episodes, so you can literally binge watch it. So I got an afternoon, decided, hey, I should watch Edge Runners because I'm hearing a lot of things about it that are very good. And you see, this might be a hot take, all right? This might be a hot take, but the only reason why I decided to watch Edge Runners, the only reason, well, not really the only reason, but my top one reason why I watch Edge Runners is because it's made by Studio Trigger, which is probably one of my top animation studios of all time. If anything that is done by Studio Trigger, I watch it. Period. I just watch it because of how good they are. Although, admittedly, I haven't watched some of their works. I haven't watched Promare yet because I need some time for that. I haven't watched a whole season of Pantene Stockings. Haven't watched that as well. I haven't watched also that witch one. I forgot the title. Let me know what the title is. I forgot it. But there is this like witch anime that Studio Trigger made as well. I haven't really watched that one yet. Maybe I could watch and just do a Trigger binge marathon of all the animes that they made. But you see, the only reason I watch Edge Runners is because it's Studio Trigger. Well, not really the only reason, but one of my like super top reasons why. Because I otherwise, if it is done by a different studio, I wouldn't really watch it. Uh, a lot of people, a lot of people might give me flack for this. A lot of people would hate me for this. I'm gonna get so much hate mails for this. Um, I'm not interested in watching Arcane as much as a lot of people think. A lot of people thought that it was good, and a lot of people said it was really good. Um, I don't really have any desire of watching Arcane, no matter what is good. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, the only reason that I watched Edge Runners, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, is because it's made by Studio Trigger. That's the clincher for me. So going back, I watched Edge Runners, and oh boy, it is so good. It is so good, man. It is so good. It's so good that it literally, just like other people, it literally made me play Cyberpunk 2077. a game that I admittedly did not want to play before, mostly because of the mishap that the CD Projekt Red uh, did with 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 the development of the game. It's mostly because of that. So it took me a while. Well, it took a while for me to be convinced to play Edge Runner, the Cyberpunk 2077 game, and Edge Runners made me to decide to do it. Uh, because it's that good. It's that good. Not only because it's Studio Trigger that made the anime, not only that, although that's the main reason why I watch it, but because the anime itself it's really good. The production, the the sakuga, the animation quality, the characters, the writing, the backgrounds, the world building, and all of those are so good. All of those are so good. I'm actually thinking about reviewing it in like both spoiler and non-spoiler mode. So okay, so non-spoiler mode. I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna mark this stream. Just give me one moment. I'm gonna review. I'm gonna do a really quick review of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, both in spoiler and non-spoiler mode. So non-spoiler mode, if you haven't watched it, you can watch this part of the review, the mini review. It's perfectly fine. But I'm gonna be doing like a spoiler review after this, right? And just a quick review about Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I was actually also thinking of making a whole video about it, like just an off-stream video and whatnot. But to like an off-stream video to actually explain what I thought about the anime and even the game itself. Now that I'm playing it off-stream, uh, but this will be like this part is a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't watched it, although I would encourage you to watch it first before even hearing this review, I would highly recommend you to actually watch it first. But this part is like non-spoiler, so don't worry about spoilers. But I will definitely let you know later if we're going to the spoiler territory review, because I wanted to say a lot of things that that I think I might be required to actually spoil some key moments in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. But here we go. Non-spoiler, quick review, rapid fire review. Uh, Edge Runners is a great anime by itself, and actually that's the main thing about it that I really loved about it is if you actually watch this anime without the existence of Cyberpunk 2077, the game, uh, and even without the existence of Cyberpunk, the tabletop role playing game, which is actually something that I really wanted to learn right now. Now that I think about it, we might have a stream dedicated on learning the role playing system, the tabletop role playing system. But in terms of like how the anime presented itself as an anime, I'm speaking about just an anime itself. It's nothing to do with Cyberpunk franchise or the Cyberpunk lore or whatnot. I think Edge Runners is a perfect example of a series that is standing by its own merits, and working by its own merits. A lot of shows and series that I watch that I really like has that common denominator. Uh, and especially for this kind of anime where it was adapted from from a basically a franchise in a setting in a pre-existing setting. Uh, the edge, I would say, the edge of Edge Runners is the fact that even without the existence of the game and the tabletop role-playing system, Cyberpunk Edge Runners stands on its own. That's how good it is. You don't have to be you don't have to learn the lore of Cyberpunk to actually enjoy it. That's the thing about it. This is a perfect example on how you hook new people into looking up something, uh, looking up further into something, or encouraging people to be in a community of people that likes the same thing. Know what I mean? I know it's kind of confusing, but Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a perfect example of how you should market something with an anime tie-in. Because Cyberpunk Edge Runners is something that even without the existence of Cyberpunk's lore, it stands on its own. So that's why a lot of people that have never even touched Cyberpunk is now into Cyberpunk. This helped greatly with the game itself and the role playing system itself, because now I'm interested in playing it. Now I'm interested in playing both the video game and the tabletop role playing game because the anime convinced me. But the thing about this anime is, even if I only watch the anime and haven't got any idea, which actually I have no idea about like the whole cyberpunk lore and cyberpunk lore that Mike Pondsmith made. Not the genre, but the lore itself, like the world itself or the setting. Even if I have no idea on what it was all about, I do have like a few inkling of an ideas, but I haven't really looked it up like seriously until like recently. The anime presented itself in such a way that it introduces you, it gives you a taste, a very concentrated, meticulously crafted taste of what the cyberpunk universe is. In a way that it also distinguishes itself from the franchise itself, that it stands on its own. Even if you don't have any idea about the cyberpunk universe, you will be interested in the cyberpunk universe because of the anime, because of how it was made, how it was conceptualized. It's however, comma, how the anime was made is made in such a way that it was not so obvious at first that it was made solely for marketing the game and the, even the tabletop role playing game, probably because of how human the writing is, you know, how character centric the writing is. And that's also another thing that I loved about Edge Runners is the setting, the cyberpunk setting is just a backdrop of everything that is happening. The story itself is something that if you actually put the story in any genre at any point in time, whether you put it in a medieval setting, you put it on a modern setting, you put it on a, I don't know, 70s or 80s, you put it on a far-flung future or in an alien civilization, whatnot, the story still works because the anime was made with a intention of, no, this is not only to market the game itself and whatnot. What Studio Trigger did is it was a Studio Trigger as fuck anime when it comes to story, with probably with a twist of this is if Studio Trigger was unleashed. This is if Studio Trigger was given so much liberties and so much in if they unlocked a lot of shackles that Studio Trigger had uh during the time that they were making their own anime for their own series, because a lot of their animes, let's say for example, Kill la Kill. There is this anime that they made called Kill la Kill, wherein they're kind of bordering on things that they wanted to do, but they can't because of regulations and whatnot. In terms of like how an anime is made and rated in Japan primarily, but Edge Runners is something that since a Western company made us or produced this and asked us to produce this, we will give them a Western as hell anime, but still with that Studio Trigger flavor. Uh, so there's a lot of blood, a lot of guts, a lot of nude scenes actually, but you would see the sheer amount of quality and art that they don't want to do gore because it's gore. They want to present like what should I call it? A fantastic way of displaying gore. Like for example, you have like these splashes of blood that are making these patterns, like circular patterns, and then you know that splatter of blood is like specifically symmetrical when it comes to how it splats and whatnot. It's not just like a splat of blood that is random, but they're like putting the camera on an angle wherein the blood splat is very very artistically presented and whatnot. It's not like it's just a splat of blood. That's it. Unlike other movies with same amount of gore, but uh, it's obvious. It's so obvious from the start, even from the start, that the gore is not just there for violence. It's there for artistic expression. Like, uh, imagine, well, Akira. Akira. It's a classic movie, a classic anime with lots and lots and lots of gore. But the thing that stands out with Akira is the way that they presented gore in such an artistic way that you wouldn't even believe that these frames are hand drawn. So it's so good that they are now allowed Studio Trigger. I mean that they are now basically allowed to be themselves and do something that they really wanted to do. Obviously, they wanted to do for quite a while now, but they cannot do it because of restrictions and regulations, in Japan. And since a Western studio actually made them basically produce the anime for them, finance the anime for them, ask them to make an anime for them, uh, it's Trigger's time to shine, and this shined so bright. This shined so bright. I would say, and I would dare say that this is like levels, Guren Lagann levels of like Trigger just showing what they can do. You know. Uh, so that's in terms of animation. Animation quality, mwah, top notch. So many scenes that I just love to be in a wallpaper and whatnot. There's so many scenes that you're like, you want to watch it frame by frame because you want to see how each individual frame was like drawn, and how each those individual frames are like animated together. What okay, I'm a little surprised here because the animation is so good. Uh, every frame of animation is so perfectly shot. You know, there's like no moment on this anime that is like lazily done. A lot of people would be averted. I know a lot of people would be averted with the way that Studio Trigger animates their anime, because what they usually do is they cut out frames. You definitely obviously see it on the way that they animate the scenes, that they definitely like miss out frames entirely. Like sometimes the anime would run at like, I don't know, 25, 24 frames per second. Uh, and that's very intentional for Trigger. They have been doing that for so long. It's basically made their style, and that's also what I love about it. Is you can definitely see frame by frame how each frame was composed in terms of how they were drew, how they were colored, and whatnot. And this anime is no exception. So there is this very distinct Studio Trigger flavor to it. Uh, in terms of story, the story, the overarching story, all right, is something that I would not completely agree that is so good. But I'm talking about the overarching story. I'm not talking about the character stories, because this anime excels on the story of the characters themselves, not the overarching story. Because the overarching story is something that is, it's quite simple really. It's really quite simple if you think about it. You know, a boy, a normal schoolboy, through a set of unfortunate things, uh, decided to join an edge runners gang, or a gang of mercenaries or whatnot. And over the course of it, they were involved in like uh, corporate sabotaging. They're they're involved in a weave of violence and even psychosis at some points, uh, while battling the this big corporation with this massive hunk of a machine that they sent out, and whatnot. It's in terms of like the overarching story itself. It's really simple. It doesn't really have like any like deep moments in it. However, the characters though, that's where the strength lies when it is with the anime. Is the characters themselves are the story. It's the story about the characters themselves and not the overarching plot or even Night City. Night City is also just a character. As a matter of fact, it was, yeah, basically Night City is presented as a character and not simply a setting. And the whole story revolves around these characters and how they interact with Night City as a character itself. I'm not talking about like the character that can speak, like a character in terms of like an entity. It's presented in such a way that they made Night City uh a character that doesn't speak, that but interacts with them, you know. And the main strength of the whole story is the characters themselves. David, Lucy, Rebecca, Maine, Dorio, Pilar, Falco, all of those. Their stories are the center and not the overarching plot. Oh, hey Dana, how are you? Or Dana? Is it Dana or Dana? Hello, how are you? Happy Spoopy Month. Yeah, happy Spoopy Month too. And that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a Spoopy stream. We're gonna be playing Castlevania later, Symphony of the Night. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is basically giving a very quick review of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which I watched recently. But anyway, going back, it's all about the characters, their struggles, their triumphs, their tribulations, and how they dealt with the ideas of inevitability, the idea of immortality, and the idea of significance. Um, and that's why I mentioned earlier. That's why I mentioned earlier that Night City itself and how it was presented is it is as if it's also a character, because these characters they were dealing on the reality that Night City is a monster, the monster that will inevitably consume them no matter what. And the only thing that they wanted to do to fight the monster that is Night City is to be a legend. Uh, like it doesn't matter to them how they live. It matters to them how they die and how they leave a legacy, because that is their way of fighting against the system. That is their way of fighting against a monster that is Night City, and how they will be immortalized by that way. Because David himself is something of some he started out as something like he doesn't even know what to do with his life. He doesn't know where he belongs. He doesn't know where he's going. And the only thing, okay, a little bit of a spoiler, but this is like first episode, um, how he will deal with the fact that the only person, which is his mother, that anchors him to something that he wanted, that he can achieve or he can strive, is gone. Just gone, just like that. And how David struggles to find his meaning, the meaning of his existence within a city that doesn't care about your meaning. Like, for all the city cares, you'll just die in a ditch. But a lot of people, like the group that David joined in, a lot of them wanted to have glory, and wanted to be immortalized by their work, just like the people that were known to do that, like Johnny Silverhand, Morgan Blackhand, even Adam Smasher in some sense. Uh, so the story is basically how the characters deal with the inevitability of how the city would treat them even after their death, and how they are immortalized, how they achieve immortality, not like physical immortality, but immortality of their legacy, you know. And the thing about Edge Runners is that the thing that I love about it is I love Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. That's one of Studio Trigger's best works, and it's basically a reverse Gurren Lagann. It's basically that. Um, it's also a good example of how a good tie-in media can make or break a game's years. Exactly, exactly. You see, what I'm explaining earlier is the best thing about Edge Runners. The best thing about Edge Runners is how it was able to stand out and stand up on its own, even if you don't have any clue about the cyberpunk universe, even if you don't have any clue about them, or even if you don't care about the cyberpunk universe, this anime would make you care. It can stand up on its own. That even if the cyberpunk universe did not exist before this, a lot of people will be interested in the cyberpunk like setting. That's how good it is. And I think that's also one of the best qualities a good tie-in series should make, is if you're going to create something that is designed to market something else, make it stand on its own. You know, don't be like blatantly obvious that this only has been created, for the sake of like marketing this, whatever it is. It should be something that it could stand on its own, even outside influence, even if it's the outside influence of whatever franchise or uh, series that it's marketing. You know, bad online and poor writing on the series pretty much killed the hype. Look at the Halo series. Bad online and poor writings of the series pretty much killed the hype. Here and heard people trying to original board game. Exactly. That is why I also I'm kind of looking at the learning the cyberpunk role playing game. Uh, because I was interested now. I am interested now. Bad online and poor writing of the series. In terms of that, that's the thing though. That is why I mentioned earlier that the series should stand up on its own as a good product, not because it was tied into like a bigger series or a more well-known series. Look at Star Wars. If you're gonna be starting with the recent Star Wars movies, you know, it's not really designed for you to like be hooked in on the whole universe. Although although it's like directly tied into the Star Wars universe, doesn't mean that if I watch it, I will be hooked up to the Star Wars universe if I am someone that has no idea what the Star Wars universe is. So that's what's happened basically with Halo. You know, like a simple mistake of unmasking Master Chief, which is something that made people like Master Chief, is this the fact that he is so mysterious. You haven't even seen him in the flesh, haven't even seen his face. That makes him mysterious and an interesting character, and then you unmask him. Why? Because you wanted to break the illusion, because you wanted to break the mysticism, because you are trying to like entice people to watch my series. You'll see Master Chief unmasked. That's that that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Because if that's the case, if that works, you would see Johnny Silverhand and Edge Runners. But no, you won't see Johnny Silverhand and Edge Runners. Why? Because he's not there. It doesn't need to be there. Hello was hyped up and got people excited post launch, and Cyberpunk was shot on. Got to the end of the year, and everyone is disinterested in Halo, and everyone is praising and buying Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's the thing. And I mentioned earlier, it's all about the series itself. You don't slap the word Halo and you don't slap Master Chief's character in there and call it a day. You don't do that. You know, the series needs to stand up on its own. Because if that works, why is Johnny Silverhand not in Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Why is Morgan Blackhand not in Edge Runners? Morgan Blackhand, okay, for those of you who don't know, and this is something that I learned recently, um, just a quick explanation. Morgan Blackhand is basically one of the most recognizable NPCs or characters in the Cyberpunk universe. He was, but his whole thing is a lot of people think he's dead, but a lot of people think he's alive as well. I'm not gonna go into like details on why people think that is the case, but let's just say that a certain bar in the Cyberpunk universe in Night City, there is a certain bar wherein what they do is they make drinks, make cocktails, and they name it after legendary people in Night City that died that let's say that died with a high amount of reputation and street cred they call, um, and one of them is Morgan Blackhand. Basically, you think of Morgan Blackhand as like the Rambo of the cyberpunk universe, or maybe Solid Snake and whatnot. I would compare him to Solid Snake, really, or Big Boss or Naked Snake. But he is so legendary that people are not even sure if he's alive or not. A lot of people say he's dead, but a lot of people say he's alive. So if what Halo did works, why is Morgan Blackhand not in Edge Runners? That would get a lot of people excited, because especially for those who are like religiously following the cyberpunk lore. That's because a character like Morgan Blackhand that is so elusive, if they added it into the anime, it was like, whoa, whoa. And I know I'm comparing Morgan Blackhand to Master Chief, which is Master Chief. A lot of people know him than Morgan Blackhand, but you get the point. Uh, it's not how you make a tie-in movie or a tie-in series. Basically, you're just you know pulling people in because of this person is in this movie, person, this character is in this movie, blah blah blah. The series has to be good. In Edge Runners, shown that with great writing, great production, great animation, a respect at least to the source material. Not being faithful, but respect to the source material. It don't have to be like very faithful to the source material, the cyberpunk universe, but you have respect to the source material and use it as like a guide or a reference to craft backgrounds, scenes, and whatnot, in great detail, great meticulous detail. It wouldn't matter because Studio Trigger is a veteran of this business. Not really. Fun fact: Studio Trigger is a relatively new studio, relatively new, like few years new. Um, just a fun fact: Studio Trigger is composed of people from a studio that made Evangelion. Um, they're basically started. They haven't really like officially have been a an animation studio until a few years back. What they started off is, you won't believe it or not, they started off as like an otaku circle that made anime. It was like a small circle of animators. They are not veterans, but they know what they're doing. That's the thing about them. No, I don't remember the year that they started, but I would I definitely would confidently say that they are not like super old, a super old animation studio. They have been just super recently, relatively recent compared to bigger animation studios like Kyoto Animation. Hell, even Madhouse and Studio Bones are like older than them. Madhouse is like super recent as well. But as far as I know, Studio Trigger is like younger. But their edge is they know what they're doing. They have a very distinct animation style that sets them apart, and is very, very, very recognizable. They are not just an animation studio; they're like a specialized animation studio, which honestly, also the same thing that also other well-known studios are doing. Uh, for example, Studio Bones, Mappa, UFO Table. They have this very distinct style of animation that sets them apart. That you know that once you saw an anime that is made by them, you would recognize that, oh, this is Studio Trigger. This is a Studio Trigger anime, or oh, this is a Bones anime, or this is a Mappa anime, or even Studio Ghibli. That's a very distinct style. And that sets them apart. Now, what made them a lot famous is what made them a lot famous though is their releases, because Studio Trigger is something that only released like a few anime that you can like count by hand. I'm pretty sure that they have produced anime for other like bigger companies, but on their own they only like released a few animes. But yeah, in terms of story, going back into the review, in terms of story, I really love the fact that Edge Runners is something that the main part that I love about it is the story can stand up on its own without being too simple or too, you know, bare bones. Although I would admit that the overarching plot is actually bare bones at best, but their main strength is the character stories and how the characters dealt with something that is very inhabitable, really, honestly speaking. um I would say that this is a very depressing anime. This is a very depressing one in terms of like these people deserve to live, but at the back of your mind you'll realize that death is probably something that would give them triumph over whatever they're doing, because of the situation that they're in, the city that they're in, and how things work in that city, or well, in some cases in the whole world. The cyberpunk universe itself is actually quite depressing, I should say. The more that I read about the cyberpunk universe, the more that I realize that this is a very depressing universe. This is a very depressing setting. In terms of like, no matter what you do, you cannot fight the system. The only way to fight the system is to be someone that is willing to die for it. Because death is the only thing. Death is the only either escape or the only big middle finger to the system itself. By dying, you are just putting up a middle finger to the system itself and saying, you don't own me. You know, you cannot take me. The city cannot take me. Death only can take me. You know. Have you seen what everyone did to Adam Smasher after? Oh yes, yes. You see, I'm playing the game right now. I haven't really gone to Adam Smasher's part. I think I'm very close. I had been playing as Cyberpunk 2077 for quite a few. quite a while now, for a few days now. I haven't really gone to that part. So yeah, but I've seen a lot of clips about what they're doing with Adam Smasher. I already have a plan on how to deal with Adam Smasher on my own. Um, as like taking revenge for David. you know, I already got to the part. A little bit of a spoiler. I already got to the part that involves Edge Runner's content in terms of like the quest line. I already got the quest line, and yeah, I already have plans on how to deal with Smasher lore wise. That is. But anyway, going back, yeah, Edge Runners, I would recommend watching it. Really, even if you're not familiar with the cyberpunk universe, the anime helps so much to present the cyberpunk universe in such a way that it's quite welcoming. Honestly, ironically speaking, it's quite welcoming in terms of like, hey, go ahead. This is a depressing world, but this is nonetheless a very fascinating setting in terms of like this basically can happen with the like I don't want to be like political and whatnot, but the fascinating about thing about it is if you consider the political climate that we have right now, the socio-economic climate that we have right now, even the social interactions that we are having, a lot of them parallels with cyberpunk really, and it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary, and I think that also works with edge runners in terms of like we will present you the cyberpunk universe in such a way that yes, it is depressing. That's all because most of these things that you're seeing here in the cyberpunk universe is actually viable to happen in the real world because of what's happening right now. You know, it's depressing, but it's not depressing for depressing sake. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't force you to be depressed. It shows you that it is depressing. You know, it doesn't force you to do that. And I think that's also the edge of the story itself and how the characters dealt with the situation that everything is inevitable. You know, they will go the same route basically. It's how they accept it, it's how they deal with it, it's how they go with a bang, as they mentioned. How would you go with a bang? How would you, in all of your power, in your ability, in all of your heart and soul, give a middle finger to society and the system that is inevitable? The depressing part about it is no matter what you do, this will happen. You know, there's nothing what you can do about it. There's nothing because the system itself is already designed and basically now evolve into this. Society is now already this. It's how you as an individual deal with it. If dying is the middle finger, the actually succeeding is a kick to the groin. Yeah. And they did portray that, you know. So I really love the character. It's the characters that that made me love it. Character design wise, I love the character designs. I really love it. You know, this it still has like this unique, quirky studio trigger flavor with a cyberpunk twist in it. You know, like you'll know that at first glance these are studio trigger characters through and through. But the way that they were designed, it again in respect to the source material, the cyberpunk universe is so cool. The designs um are so distinguished and distinguishable. It's not sloppy, it's not mishmash, because which is honestly something that as I was playing the game itself, there are some moments where I think that some characters are just like very ostentatious when it comes to like the design, because and the only excuse about it is because we are in the cyberpunk universe, and a lot of people in the cyberpunk universe in Night City tends to over accessorize, uh you know. But the good thing about the designs in cyberpunk edge runners is the characters are designed in such a way that they're easy to the eyes, but yet you will see like details around them that you would take a second take. You would do a second take and see, oh, I didn't see that detail before. I didn't see that detail before. That's cool. Like some references here and there, like Lucy, for example. She's definitely the major from Ghost in the Shell. That's definitely giving Major Kusanagi vibes, which is really, really good. A very wise design choice because, cyberpunk universe. Rebecca wasn't the obnoxious lolly, but actually fun with some person cited as a lolly, Trevor Phillips. I love Rebecca. I love Rebecca. Not only because she's an obnoxious lolly, I actually love the fact that she's obnoxious. Like, pure Kusogaki energy. Like, pure brat energy. But what I love about her, and I think a lot of people love about her, is the fact that when there are serious moments, she gets really serious. You know, she's not like an annoying brat all the time. There could be moments like she is friendly. There can be moments that she is mellow. There are moments that she's deep. And letting out her feelings, her true feelings. Or she's basically best chum that you can get. She's the bestest best chum that you can get. If you are like David, a person that just saw Rebecca for the first time and spoke to you the first time, you would befriend this person. That's how sociable Rebecca is. You would befriend the fuck out of this person because she's that charming. The lolly stays. I read that tweet. Man. Studio Trigger is like having a Giga Chad moment with that. Because it's not really for the sake of like being a lolly. It, as a matter of fact, is Rebecca is not lolly at all. She's a legal lolly. You know, and a lot of people would be afraid to sexualize her, but she's basically a short stack. She's not, she's not a minor. She's a short stack, and short stacks exist. A lot. I was amused by those, concerns. I did read those concerns before that why a character such as Rebecca, is in this kind of anime. First, Studio Trigger, so your opinion doesn't matter. Second, so what? As long as she's a good character, it was a very well written character. It doesn't matter. This is a body organic. Yeah. One of the things that I read about Cyberpunk is there is a gang that is literally just pure furries. One of them is also called the Animals. The Animals are just basically beast people. They're basically that. Sorry, I just need to adjust something. Just give me one moment here. Okay, so this is like already max. Okay. Alright, we'll deal with that later. But anyway, going back, not that I am like get that not fitting the world. It's a lot of gangs in Night City are like super themed. Just super themed. You have the Maelstrom, which are like body modification freaks, basically. You got the Voodoo Boys. I have been playing Cyberpunk recently, so I really Love the fact about the gangs, and how they are themed. Basically, you got the mocks, which are basically pretty boys and pretty girls, and as a gang. Uh, what else? You got the voodoo boys, where basically Haitian slash African slash Jamaican. What you call it? Hackers. You got the what else? Yeah, the animals, which are basically beast people. They literally like howl. You got the tiger claws, which is like a combination of like triad and yakuza. Uh, so yeah. So I don't really I find it amusing that a lot of people were concerned about Rebecca at first, all because that she's a short stack, all because that she looks like a child, but she is not a child. She just is a small girl, and small girls exist. You know, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as the character is written good, which is Rebecca is written good. Literally, one of the best written characters that I've seen is Rebecca. I would bet my left leg that people would pay through their nose for that ability. Yeah, in the cyberpunk universe, come on. Just it's a matter of like modifying your body. You can modify your body to be to the point that you're just like literally a brain in a jar, like Adam Smasher. What is stopping you from like being a lowly? I think the main contention about Rebecca is the fact that she is small and she looks like a child, which is she is not. And the thing is, they haven't even given give her a chance to show what a character she really is outside of just being small. She is probably one of the best written characters in the series as well. That's the thing. A lot of people love Rebecca not because she's a lolly, but because she's a very well written character. Someone that a person like David needs. And as I mentioned earlier, she is the type of person that if you interacted with her, you would want to be her friend. Basically, that's how charming she is. So anyway, uh, that's for the characters. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this one off as a spoiler territory review of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I'm just gonna be marking this one. Starting now, this will be a spoiler review of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Just a really, really quick review, really. Um, Spoiler review. Basically, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of things about Cyberpunk Edgerunners deals with the fact of inevitability that in Night City you will just die. You know, no matter what you do, you will die, basically. And what the Edgerunners, the gang, is all about is they are the people that are running on the edge, basically. That's why they're called edge runners, is because they are running on the edge of death to do whatever they want. Because basically, the whole thing about the cyberpunk universe is the whole depressing thing about it is no matter what you do, you'll die. And the only thing that separates you from death, from being from dying, is if you are an insignificant ant, an insignificant cog on the wheel in a city that treats you like a number, that treats you like just a cog in a machine, as someone that just produces, you know, you're just a part of the system. And well, edge runners are not like, rebels and whatnot. They are edge runners because they are willing to go to the edge just to do whatever they wanted to do. You know, and uh, basically, David's story is quite depressing if you think about it, because you know if if the theories are not true, uh, he just died. There are theories that are circulating that he's not dead. Apparently, maybe it's all just a dream or a brain dance moment. Um, but for me, I think it will be a fitting end. It's more of like a fitting end if David actually died during the anime. You know, it's it's more of like this is something that David should have, is dying while being significant, because the first parts of the anime, you know, he is quite insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Even though that he is as an A plus student, he does a lot of things. He's a very caring son to his mother. He is still an insignificant cog in all of the machinations of corporate, you know, the corporate world and whatnot, which is he is trying to strive on climbing as per her mother's wishes, per his mother's wishes, you know. But it's it's a it's something that I think David should die, you know, because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of achieving immortality through deeds and not through physical means. A lot of people wanted to like a lot of people wanted to live forever, but they wanted to live forever physically. And let's face it, death is something that is very inevitable. It's just inevitable. It's a part of the system. It's all what matters is before you die, what will you do? What are you leaving behind? Yeah, it's like a star dying at their peak rather than fizzling out in insignificance. Yeah, exactly. You know, David definitely has, you know, has already accepted the fact that he will die. As soon as he realized that he's turning into a cyber psycho, he just, you know, did what he has to do. If he has to die, he has to die with a bang. That's exactly what the description of his drink in the afterlife bar is. He went with a bang, and he just wanted to fulfill, you know, Lucy's wishes. That even if he dies, Lucy's still there. And I think that's basically like every member of the Edge Runner crew wanted. They are very very aware that one way or another they would die in whatever they're doing, but what they wanted to have is like a big proverbial middle finger to society before they die. Like, I die kicking and screaming and punching because there's only a few people like us that are willing to do this, and the city has no grasp with our spirits after we die. So I think it's a very, although a lot of people likes David to be alive or likes to think that what happened to David was like an illusion or something, I would think that David's death is basically the best scenario for him in terms of like the legacy that he leaves behind. To be honest, I don't like it. Yeah, as I mentioned, I would perfectly understand if people wanted to have David still alive. I would prefer he stay dead. Yeah, like me too. I wanted him to stay dead. I wanted him to be dead because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of his death. His death is not like it's something isn't something that just stops him, or an end to whatever he's doing. It's actually the beginning of what he's doing. Because guess what? His will carries over through Lucy, through people that he met before, through people that heard of him. As a matter of fact, in the game itself, the 20 in Cyberpunk 2077 game, you'd see remnants of his legacy, which is another thing that I loved about what they did with the game itself. Is they integrated the anime into the game itself and shown that David did leave a legacy, although not as significant as others, but a legacy nonetheless for people to remember. For someone that like David, that one by one, everyone that he's relying to in terms of like keeping him in check in terms of after his mother's death, basically. His mother, which is the only person that basically believes in him and whatever he's doing or wanted to do, uh, they died one by one. Especially Maine. Maine's death gave David so much motivation. I think so much motivation. And I know at first, I noticed at first that David kind of regrets it, but as you go along the story, he would slowly realize that yeah, I know that I'm deteriorating, because this is something that I wanted to do, because this is something that will just happen to me nonetheless. But fuck it. CDPR actually embraced the anime rather than jealousy undermined it like Rooster Teeth. Well, it's CDPR that commissioned Studio Trigger to make it, so why would they be jealous? Rooster Teeth, I think you're talking about Ruby, which is something that they didn't even do in the first place. It's Monty Ohm that created that series, not Rooster Teeth. So yeah, they would be jealous obviously because it's not something that they created. But Edge Runners is something that CDPR commissioned Studio Trigger to make, and the great thing about it is how Studio Trigger conceptualized it and made it in such a way that it doesn't even rely upon the game or the lore itself or the franchise itself. It just works on its own, and a lot of people liked it because of that reason. A lot of people uh made convinced that they needed to play Cyberpunk because of it. So yeah, going back, in terms of like the spoiler territory story, I think it's better that David died. It's something that and he stays dead. He stays dead in canon. A lot of people wish that he's alive, but I would think that it's the best scenario for him. And every death that happened in Cyberpunk, in Edge Runners, is something that should happen and will just happen no matter what. It is depressing, yes, but that's the point. It is depressing because it's something that is already shown a lot of times, even way before David found the crew. There's a lot of death around. There's a lot of like stagnation around. It's not about like how the city eats you alive. It's how you fight back while being eaten alive. So yeah, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a very good anime. You should watch it. Just definitely watch it. It's a highly recommend for me. Even if you don't know the cyberpunk universe, you just watch it. It's really good. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I was comparing it to Arcane. Um, I would still not watch Arcane no matter what you convince me. It just doesn't hook me as much as Edge Runners. Maybe because of, maybe I watch it. Maybe I'll watch it like I will be convinced to watch it someday, but not as much as Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is something that I would highly recommend. Highly recommend. All right. So anyway, I'll be right back. Just a couple of minutes. I'll just take a pee break, and we're gonna go ahead and ready up for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Be right back. Kunkabe. All right, I'm back, and give me one moment here. Let me just readjust everything here. You'll hear some music later on. Don't worry. Just gonna readjust here something. So let me know if you can actually hear this. Let me know if my let me know if my what you call it, my voice is a little bit low or the game audio is a little bit high. Just making some adjustments here as we go. Let me do this. All right. Can hear. Okay. Let's go. So, all right, we're gonna be playing. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this so we can have like a proper intro. All right. So, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be playing today Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Uh, which is for me a very, very Halloween type of game. You can go ahead and fight me on the side of the street, but this is something that is, for me, the best Halloween game there is. Well, the franchise actually, the whole franchise is, uh, but we're just basically playing the best on that franchise, and this is again the best Halloween game that I know, the best Halloween game that I love, and the best Halloween game that I that I can play as a Halloween game. The Netflix series, no. Uh, well, kinda, but this is Richter's time. It's not, well, Alucard is here, but it's not the Netflix one. This is Symphony of the Night. This is basically what we're playing is the PS1 or the PlayStation 1 version of the game, which I'm the most familiar of because this is basically the first time that I played this game. This series is through the PS1 game. When I was a wee little boy, and after that, I decided to play like going back, going back to the earlier games. But this is technically the very first Castlevania game that I played ever, and I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Alucard, lonely mama's boy. Well, he has his reasons, you know. He has daddy issues, which is, if your dad is fucking Dracula, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't have daddy issues if your dad is Dracula himself, which is also someone that is a very salty individual. So it's working, controls are working. Hopefully, every control is working. Uh, I'm using a Bluetooth controller, so I almost didn't stream this one. I actually almost didn't stream this one because at first my Bluetooth controller was not working with the emulator. I'm also using an emulator called RetroArch that allows me to play a PS1 game. But believe it or not, I actually have the copy of the game. I still have the copy of the game with me. I don't have the PlayStation anymore itself, but the copy I still have it. So, yeah, this is something that made me the gamer that I am. These types of games we're in just pushes the boundaries of what gaming can be. This is like one of PlayStation 1's magnum opus, and probably the series' magnum opus, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Thanks to a man named Koji Igarashi, which someone that I actually met in person. IGA is his alias. Uh, he is someone that I actually also met in real life. And he's a very nice guy. Such a great dude, all in all. So yeah, it's really someone that I look up to in terms of like game developers that I look up to and whatnot. But anyway, actually, just give me one moment. Let me do a real quick. Let me just do a real quick adjustment on the controls here. I think I kind of screwed up the controls. Just give me one moment. Should be controls. Point 1 controls. No. Should be on settings, I guess. Oh, input. Point 1 controls. I need to. Boop. So B should be X. Should be this one. Y should be this one. And we're gonna save this one. Go back. Hopefully X would be X and whatnot. Okay, so we're still good. Okay, I guess I correctly make this one. Set up this one. Of course. Ooh, just enough. But yeah, the director of this game, Koji Igarashi or Iga, I met him in person in a gaming convention, and he's such a nice guy. I think that's during the time that he was like, promoting his new game, Bloodstained, which is basically the spiritual successor for this game. Which is something that I would also like to play on screen some point. And he's a nice dude. He's really a nice dude. He took pictures. He even had his whip and whatnot. And he's just a cool, chill dude. I actually have his like autograph. With that copy of Symphony of the Night, I had him sign my copy, and it's so cool. It's just so cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start, and we'll start from the beginning. Bloodstained is pretty good. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And I wanted to actually play that on stream at one point, at some point. Hopefully in the near future. Hopefully after we can beat Castlevania. So yeah. Look at that. Look at those graphics. The classic PS1 graphics. Which was mind-blowing back then. Even back then, it's mind-blowing. Again, just let me know if audio is not balanced, like the game is too loud or I am too loud. Look at that, Daddy Dracula's crib. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's moving. You can actually move it with your D-pad. We're beginning basically at the end. So let's see. I'm gonna try out some controls. Analog's not working. That's intentional. I like to do it with a D-pad. Okay, still remember it. So you see, I did play and beat this game probably once. Just once. Although I love this game, I only beat it once. And that was like a long time ago. He has the backflip. He has the backflip right here. If you remember his moves. If you do a down up and then jump, he does that. If you do the slide and you jump immediately, he does that, the screw. He has the whip. He does that. Richter is so cool. For those of you who didn't know, this is actually the final stage of the previous game. Previous Castlevania game that followed up this game. Which is Rondo of Blood. This is the final stage. So we're basically starting the events at the final moments of the last game. Which is so cool for me. During the time that I'm playing this for the first time, way back when I was little, I have no idea, no context on why we started this. With a different character on the box. I was like, I thought I would be playing like Alucard early, but when you load up the game and you would see Richter and like, who is this dude? Like, who are you? I was promised a pretty vampire, and all I have is this Giga Chad dude. Okay, alright. We're gonna start the best scene in the whole game. Here we go. I'm just gonna shut up.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
How about you, motherfucker? Honestly, we can beat Dracula easily, but I want to see like that scene. We're gonna make it like climactic and lore accurate. Like he's a strong opponent. Maximum strength. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh. Okay, now we can beat him. Now this is, easy mode.
No, it cannot be.
That shout is so good. One of the best death shouts. It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the dark priest Shan. However, one night, 4 years later, under the glare of the full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont Castle Netflix to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, has submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what's supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he's awakened and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. Time has once again for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle of Dracula's castle beckons for you. And no man can say who shall emerge victorious.
Castlevania.
Best game opening ever. Like, not only the best, but one of the best, in my humble opinion. Here comes Pretty Boy. Yeah, I can only unlock this. He has other moves, but I can only unlock this. Now, I'm not gonna speedrun this, you know. Just for those of you who don't know, we're just doing like a casual playthrough. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. Just a fancy playthrough, as if we're playing it for the first time. Although I did already beat this. You know, it's something that we like to play every now and then. Especially it's Halloween. This is the most Halloweenest Halloween game, I believe, that should be played on Halloween always. No, you lost world record face. That's okay, we're not speedrunning this. I'm not a speedrunner. Honestly, that's the thing though. I'm not the kind of like streamer that would try a speedrun. Because I know in my deepest of hearts that I'm not a good gamer. As you can see right now. Maybe at some point I could speedrun something, but it's not something on my plate right now. I forgot I have a shield. As you can see, I'm a very, very good gamer. Maybe at some point I would like to speedrun something, but generally I would just like to play games casually. You know, every now and then. And I don't even remember, you know, most of Symphony of the Night. Like, okay, here we go. There's this bastard. There's this son of a bitch.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Oh my god.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
Giga Chad.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
Man, Alucard is just a huge Giga Chad, if you think about it. I will not. It's like, screw you, Death. Not even Death can stop me. You're just Death. Okay, so we don't have anything, so yeah. Best team, best team. The best, I am the best vampire hunter slash vampire around. Oh, I have vampire I forgot my mom is a human. Doesn't matter now because she's dead. What am I doing? I am the best vampire hunter, have vampire around. I have my cape and my black scarf. I have so luscious white hair. I'm gonna stop now. Well, I mean, death in this game should like sound like an uncle that just invited to the dinner table because reasons. Well, basically, death is just like, you know, someone that's just hang around Dracula because he doesn't really have any choice. Dracula is just a massive cunt that even death doesn't like him. But it kinda needs to because contractual reasons. Okay, let's equip that. So in this game, it's an RPG. Just for those who don't know, this is not usually Castlevania. This is the first time that they integrated like an RPG system in the Castlevania franchise, wherein, you know, you have stats and you have like abilities and equipment. Ouch, that hurts. Okay, we have a leather shield. Maybe pot roast. Should be later. Ow. Ow. Apparently the VA for Alucard played OD and Bloodstained. Yeah. And also David Hayter, Solid Snake, played a role as the main villain. Oops. Wrong one. I don't think I would go that way first. Okay, let's save first, just in case. Ah. Where should I go? Go at the top, and then maybe I should go the other way. I don't have any techniques yet. Okay, I have a sub-weapon now. Man, Castlevania has like such good level design. just gives you like so much things to discover. I can't reach that yet. Oh. Let's go up here. What I will actually try to do is actually look up the strongest weapons in the game, because that's the thing that I didn't actually do when I played it way back. Is I just played it like as it is. I didn't try to search for like the strongest weapons in the game, like the Chrysogrim, you know. I didn't try to look for those. Just play the game till the end, and maybe on this playthrough I would actually do that. Try to look for the strongest weapons in the game actively, or maybe I don't know, maybe 100% complete it. I don't know. Really depends. Also has time stop powers, and when it reverts, it's Dio, which means Dio. Yeah. Magically sealed. I'm gonna look for the other side. Okay, first boss. These guys. I forgot their names. Oh. Ow. Okay, he's mad now. Oh. Ow. Okay, time to time to heal. Ow. He's throwing it the wrong way. Alright. One down. They're relatively easy around, so you know what you're doing. Although, I honestly died so many times when I played this the first time when I was a kid. I died so many times because I didn't know what to do. But they're like kind of works like skill barrier. They're easy to kill if you know what you're doing, which is something that I do not know what I'm doing before. Well, Okay, where are we going? It's down. Where is this going? Okay, time to be swag. Cool looking sunglasses. That's it. I love how Alucard's sprite is one of like a very good sprite to actually. Oh hey, Kogasa Gasagasa, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Hello. How's the stream? Hope you have a good stream. And thank you for the raid. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ryu Shinden. I am an armored VTuber slash salaryman by day, rent a hero by night, and whenever my work schedules allow me. And I am playing what I believe is the most Halloweenest Halloween game for our Halloween special, which is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And if you don't think that this is a Halloween game, you can fight me on the side of the street. I will die on that hill. But anyway, thank you so much for the raid, Kolgas. I do appreciate it. And welcome, Raiders. Stream was chill and calm, no screaming from me. I hope I would have that same. I cannot scream because it's like the middle of the night here, but hope you have a good stream nonetheless. I'm very tired and half dead, so I will like some. No problem, no problem. Go ahead and chill. Just imagine you and the raiders and me just be in a room with our snacks and just chill. Because this game basically evokes that feeling for me because of like the way that I played it years ago when I was a kid. It's exactly the setup that I have. Like I have the snacks on the side, and I was like really excited to play Castlevania when I bought it. So I wanted to have like that same feeling. That's basically the same feeling that I have right now. It's so good. You're very welcome, Kogosai. And again, thank you so much for the raid. And for those of you who are watching, that's perfectly fine if you just wanted to lurk. But if you like the stream, you can go ahead and press that follow button. We're almost at 30 followers, and I'm thinking of doing something for the 30 follower celebration stream, because I wanted to do like a small like reward stream for something. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm planning to do one once we reach the 30 follower stream. I know it's little, but believe me, I do appreciate every follower. It means a lot to me. Bro, I'm eating chips right now. What chips? Banana chips? Potato? Tater? Banana? What else? Man, I wanted to eat suddenly. I wanted to eat banana chips. Either banana chips or salted egg chips. Like fish skin, salted egg. So good. I might buy some later. Lay's. Just like plain Lay's. Like no flavor Lay's. Well, there is flavor like salt. Just pure salt. Pure salt Lay's. Punchy punchy. What does a punchy punchy do again? Wait, you just coom? With the oh, it's not okay. I'm sorry, it's not coom. It's salt. I realized it's salt. I was like, what is this sub weapon? He just coom? Sorry for the language. I was like, what? Is it like vampire jizz or something? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, where should we go? Oh, okay, other way. Alright. Let's see. I wanna use double jump so bad, but it's like way salmon. Oh. Salmon lace. Haven't tried that. Oh, I wanted the jizz sub weapon. Wanna see what it does? Oh, it's just continuous. Oh, okay, okay. This is good. Okay, best sub weapon, salt, or I'm gonna stop. Okay, where? Oh, okay. Is it a drop? Oh, it is a drop. No, I wanted the vampire jizz. Oop. Okay. Thank God there's a save point. Data saved. Alright. Man, every Castlevania Symphony of the Night track is just banger. I mean, there are like other bangers in Castlevania franchise when it comes to music, but Symphony of the Night just hits different. I love Rondo of Blood, don't get me wrong. I love the music from Rondo of Blood or Dracula X, but just the way they compose themes for Symphony of the Night just really feels different. Maybe I'm just speaking of it from nostalgia, but maybe it is. Maybe it is nostalgia, but I would gladly tell people that no, it's not nostalgia. It's not only nostalgia. It's something that you can just listen all day. And not something that's grating. Okay, time to use the sword. Although the salt is really good. Oh, I haven't turned on that relic yet. It shows the causes items to materialize. Oh, okay, there's no bestiary yet. I was like, it doesn't show the name of the monsters. I need to have the relic for that. Where should we go? Here. Okay, here we go. Shows the name. Oh, damage. Not the name yet. Because I love the names of the monsters, because the fact that they're like based on most of them, I think most of them are based on like different mythologies from different like countries and cultures. Because I mean, Castlevania is just basically a universal monsters the game. Okay, so where are we? Oh. I'm doing footsies with this guy. Ow! That hurts. I was like, that hurts. Go down. They're leaning on the walls like badasses, but when you approach them, they're like, "Oh no, don't hurt me." Chill, 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 chill. Okay, where is this? We gotta go down. Alright. This is a long hallway. Oh, you're a big guy. Ow. Oh. Oh. Dead. Oh god. I didn't even think that. Oh god. Okay, first death. First death. Oh god, I'm gonna be so far. First death of the game. Okay. Should I actually get the death counter going? Not sure. Should I get the death counter going? I'm thinking about it. Okay, Dana, you go ahead and make just do a death count for me and I'll take note of it. So I can like build like a death counter overlay probably later next stream. Because I believe in my heart of hearts that I will die a lot in this game. Again, I am not a, a POG gamer. I will die a lot in this game. I was trying to like throw some salt on the big guy, but I didn't think that he'll be able to kill me. Come on. Should I get the item still? Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't need to get the item. Not gonna lie, my Dipto. That's okay. That's fine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. No problem. Have a good rest. Yeah, it's really. I know that you're in a country which is basically has the same time zone as mine, but yeah, I understand. That's okay. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. Been fun chatting. Good night. So maybe one more boss and maybe we could wrap this up. One more boss. I'm pretty sure. Nah, I'm not actually sure. Um, I think there's just one more cutscene before a boss, but let's see. Let's see. Anyway, hopefully we can get a save point soon. Okay, this is where I died. How much? Maybe I should just go ahead and heal myself up. I'll just be aggressive on this guy. I mean, it's just a move, but I'm so scared. Oh, no. I need my salt. Still need my salt. Alright, transition. Hidden loading screen. Hidden loading screen. Oh, I went back. Shield potion. Rub salt to the wound, they say. I love how gruesome this enemy dies, man. Did I actually went this way already? Oh yeah, it's a shortcut. Maybe I should go down. And no, for those people who are watching, you're free to backseat. I'm not a kind of like the streamer that hates backseating. I don't mind spoilers, but before you can give spoilers, you should think of other people who are watching as well that hates those. Me, I don't personally mind spoilers, but I do mind. What I do mind though is the people that are also watching, if they mind spoilers. You know, I'm okay with it, but if others in the chat are not okay with it, I would not allow it. Backseating, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm an idiot, so I would probably need backseating. Oh, I cannot get this yet. Maybe I should go down. Rub salt to the wound. Oh, I can go here. And maybe go down. I'll just go down. Ah! I missed that. Okay. Okay, again, I am dumb. I don't know what to do. Maybe down. Oh, there's another passage here. This is essentially a shortcut that we just unlocked with the... I don't know where to go now. Maybe this way? Maybe go back? Oh, okay. So, oh, no. We can't pass through that, right? Maybe this one? This is the same room. Let's see. There's a room up there. Okay, so we're back here. And there's a room up there that probably we cannot climb. I'll just go there. It's here. Oh, money! Oh, here, up here, okay. No, we went here. So there's this thing that is up that we haven't reached yet. Maybe beyond here. Oh, so you need the axe for this one. Maybe we'll just go back there. I'll just go back here. There's something that I haven't explored yet. Up. What? Okay, so we explored that. Something up here that we haven't tried yet. Okay, there you go. Big brain. Big brain place. Now we can go here. Cloth cape. Oh, it's just an item. Okay. Yeah, I love. Okay, here's another thing that I love about Castlevania Symphony of the Night is Alucard's sprite changes whenever he puts on a different cape. Just that attention to detail is it's good. This is something that I also like noticed way later. Ow. Should I actually do this instead? Okay, maybe we'll just go all the way back here. There's something that I haven't reached yet. I think that's the drop. Oh, there's another place here. The magically sealed room, I guess? Let me save first, just in case. Coffee. Some coffee. Where is it? Over here? I think that's the one that's magically sealed. Maybe we should go the other way. Unless... it's one that... oh, okay. I haven't gone to the upper side. This is the boss room. Oh, so we literally cannot reach that. Maybe I'll just go beyond that hallway. There's another way down. Maybe we should go the down route first. So we haven't gone all the way down, that is. There's this still down. Okay, we technically haven't gone to this one. You know what? There's this like the same thing in Bloodstain. Like the very first stage has also this kind of like what you call it? The cannon that you need to actually hit to blow up a wall. Oh, so this is it. Okay. So you only get the Basil Art for this one. Okay. Again, for those of you who are just lurking, hello there. I hope that you're enjoying the stream. And if you don't mind, go ahead and give me a follow. Give a follow to the stream. And also, I do have a Twitter account as well. Twitter.com/RyuShinden. You can go ahead and give that a follow as well. So you'll know whenever I stream. I definitely post updates on my streaming schedule, which I will be posting probably maybe around tomorrow or the next day after tomorrow. I'll be posting my regular schedules from now on. Something that I haven't done for the past 2 days because of internet issues and whatnot. Which is lucky that we have actually a stable stream right now. Considering the fact that I am using Wi-Fi right now, it's just so. I am happy that we have a very stable stream. Stop. Stop. No, I need the salt. Okay, so there's a path here. So that's the other way then. Okay. actually the other way. No, no, no! I want it! I want it! Ah. Well, holy water is good, but I wanted the salt. I wanted the salt shaker weapon. Oh, you can hold it. I didn't know. I didn't know you can do that. That's so cool. I didn't know that you can actually do that. Okay, so this is... Oh, okay, so this is that gap that I cannot cross because... Oh, I haven't gone to this part yet. Okay, so this is where we actually need to go. Ba, 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 ba. Hobbits. Hobbits. Oh.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
Bye, waifu. I'll live that long. What do you think of me? A schmuck? A schmuck that cannot be alive? Well, I'm technically half dead because I'm like a half vampire, you know. And I just love Alucard's voice in here. It's just like just this pure Giga Chad. Of like, I have come to destroy this castle. He doesn't really need to explain anything else. Just what he wanted to do. Okay. Where are we going? Oop. I thought I like discovered something, but never mind. No, give me the salt. No, give me the salt. I know the Bible's good. Vampire survivors, but not here. Speaking of Vampire Survivors, I think I'm gonna play that on stream at some point. I did play that game on stream, but it's something that, unless you have like a very big viewer base, not something that that is what I call a stream that a lot of people can enjoy. Although I do see big streamers playing it that has big audiences. You know, it's a game that needs a lot of like audience for it to work as a streaming game. Because the gameplay loop is just really basic at the most, which is something that I'm not bad mouthing the game. The game is really good. Actually, one of the best like super cheap games that you can get with the kind of content that you will be getting for that game versus the price, I think it's one of the best. But in terms of like as a stream game, it's a type of game wherein, you know, those types of games wherein it's enjoyable to actually play, but it's not enjoyable to watch. I don't know. There are those like type of games that are just like that. Ooh, see that? He got some cake. He got a cake. You know, there's a reason why I loved that monster when I was little. Stop it. Stop it. I am a say-so VTuber. I don't know. Can I call myself say-so? Do I even consider myself say-so? What the hell? How do you beat this thing? Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be killed by a plant. Ooh, that's creepy. See that? See that thing over there? I remember way back when I was playing the game when I was little, I was like freaked out by that thing. It was like I cannot sleep for days because of that thing. Whenever I played Castlevania, I was like, ew. I cannot sleep for days because of that thing. Ow. No, I need my salt. I'm sticking to salt. This is a salt playthrough. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna keep salt until I fight Dracula. I'm gonna kill Dracula with salt. Okay, that's definitely an item that we can equip. Saleable. We're gonna wear it. Okay, I actually need a save point. This has been going too long, and I need a save point. Maybe we can go down. Hopefully there's a save point in there. I really need one. Okay, alright. Cool, chill. Alright, chill. This is the reason why I wanted to save. This is the reason why I wanted to save. God damn it. Look at this. Mist could pass. I don't have the mist thingy yet. No, I wanted the salt. God damn it. Yeah, these... You see, these enemies even carried over to Bloodstained. You know how annoying they are? They're not hard, they're just annoying. Which is understandable, you know, it's kind of part of the game. Where is this? Where does this lead to? Okay. What can we see with our own eyes? I think if I stayed... Okay. Species. I don't know what's the purpose of that, but I suddenly remember that that there is these rooms that are just there because they're just there. Oh my god, I really need to save up. Where's the save point? Okay, let's just go upstairs. I guess we can just go upstairs. That guy is so strong. Where's the new? Okay, I am far from a save point. Really far. Okay, here goes nothing. I guess I don't have anything that I can use. Heal up. So hopefully we can get a save point here. Okay, thank God. I guess maybe we can... Okay, another cutscene. Or maybe a boss battle? I guess. I think it is a boss battle. Yeah. Okay, so I guess... let me beat this one first, alright. Ow. Okay, I will die on this one. I will die. This guy is hard. Because it's essentially me. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I can beat him. I can beat him. And I don't have any healing items, so whatever. Okay, so that's death 2? I guess? Second death. Second death. We'll chill, we'll just chill. Second death. Yeah, so actually, could we actually go to other places before we will beat this guy? Nah. I'll just go ahead and try to beat him. Maybe I should go with a short sword. There you go. See, I can beat him. I can beat him. Just brute force it. Okay, maybe Gladius. Okay, one more save point. We're gonna go and search for one more save point and then... Uncurse. Oh, this is the library night. Hehe. Okay, alright, you're annoying. What the hell? Honestly, that's the first time that I ever seen that enemy do that. What is these? Bronze cuirass. Oh god. Okay, we're just basically searching for a save point. Hopefully we can come across an item. A major item. A relic, rather. Come on. Here we go. Hopefully we can get a save point here. What the hell is that? A curse. Okay, they are annoying. They're just annoying. Oh, I cannot attack. Okay. Oh well. I don't want to waste my uncurse on them. I love how these enemies die. Like boop, 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 boop. It's so satisfying when they die. They just explode. Alright. Oh, we can't reach that. Definitely. Hey, the
Long
librarian.
time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this.
You will have opened.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, castle map. I forgot that I actually can buy the castle map through this.
Farewell for now.
Oh well, for now.
What can I do for you?
What
I'm
can I
interested in
do
this.
for you?
Thank you. Farewell for now.
Okay, so all we need to do is just look for a save point, and then we're done. Yeah, we will now have the whole castle map for us. Should I go up? Yep, should go up. Ow! Hey, fairy scroll. Ow, 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 ow. Displace enemy name. Oh, so we need to go back all the way back to that magically sealed door. And then now we don't have the double jump yet, so we cannot go to these other places, but or maybe we can go in and check. Yeah, we can't go to this because we still don't have the double jump. We can't go to this either. We still don't have the double jump. So maybe oh. Don't touch me. Maybe go that way and then down and up. Go right. Ouch! It's still cursed. I guess we can just go to the nearest save, I guess, at this point. Oh, wrong way. Go up. I don't think we can go up. Oh, we can go up. I think. Skeleton monkey. Uh-huh. Gunners. Oh yeah, there's the wolf spirit. Hopefully this is a save point. I'm not... Oh, okay. Shortcut. Okay, so I guess we can just go up and then save. Ooh. Okay, and there's I guess there's that. Okay, just give me one moment. All right, and there's that. So yeah, there's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So we're just gonna end it with that. Oh, sorry. Let me close up this one. Alright, so there's that. Anyway, we're gonna call it off with that. So that's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So I'm gonna need to head off because need to do some things. So it's been a great stream, very great because we were able to have a relatively stable stream somehow, and we did play Castlevania for a couple of hours. Maybe next stream next stream on Friday, maybe we can do like an extended playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night because I don't really have any work next stream, so maybe we can do like an extended playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's actually a fun game. I mean, it's Castlevania. It's Symphony of the Night, of course, it's a fun game, but I'll be doing a longer playthrough next time. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna end it with that. So again, thank you so much for those who hang out and also who raided. Thank you so much, Kogasa, for the raid as well. If you're still there, thank you so much for the raid and thank you for hanging out just a little bit. Also, thank you so much for those who chatted. Dana, thank you so much for hanging out as well. I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna be posting the schedule for the next week's stream probably hopefully tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, so you'll know what will be our plans for the next stream. And I promise that the next streams will be a little bit better in terms of internet connection, which is luckily we have a stable one this time. So I'm really happy that it is that way. And again, thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. And who are we gonna raid? Just give me one moment. Let me see if we can raid someone. Just give me one moment. Maybe we can raid someone. Let's see. I only follow a lot of big streamers. Oh, first face cam stream. Okay, maybe we can raid Lord Aethelstan. You know, Lord Aethelstan is he's very famous. He's a very famous Twitch streamer. So we're gonna raid Lord Aethelstan. We are just but this a small, you know, VTuber rating a bigger one, so it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't really make a dent on his view count, but nonetheless, I still wanted to rate him. He's a VTuber that I really enjoy. So and he's apparently doing a face reveal. Really now. So we're gonna go ahead and rate him. So yeah, again, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for lurking, for chatting, and I will be seeing you again probably this Friday at 2 p.m. EST, which will be Free Talk Friday. So we're just gonna do whatever, but most likely I'll be playing more Castlevania Symphony of the Night. But till then, but anyway, it is me again, your armored VTuber, Ryu Shinden, going back to sleep and signing off. And as always, brave on. Bye bye. Boing, say bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.